Before I proceed with this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you, so if you could just scroll down and take a look in the description, you'll see I have provided chapters. If you only care about all the collection continuations, or maybe you only care about all the clothing and armor skins, just look in the description, scroll down. If you wish to skip ahead, the options are provided to you right there with the chapters. And with that, good day, Rustic enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. Now today, not as many skins compared to the previous week. Christmas is just around the corner, so maybe some of the skin creators are hard at work trying to make sure they get some good skins out for that. Alright, totally understandable. Alright then. I'm going to jump straight in, start yapping about the skins immediately. Now, if you want to get a link to this collection, it should be located at the very top of the description. If you want to go look at these skins in your own time, you're more than welcome to do so. But if you want to sit back and relax and listen to the dozent tones of Hedge's yapping, let's proceed, let's get started, let's start talking about deployables. So here we have a food box fridge to start off with today. This will be our representative of the many skins we're about to take a look at. A very interesting fridge produced by Mr. Jessen. It's quite literally two food crates stacked on top of each other. Marvellous. Now, some of you might sit and say, well, that's quite simple. Does it need to be anything else? It's perfect with the way it is. So yes, if you happen to like this skin, and of course with the many other skins we're about to take a look at today, consider showing your support, consider voting yes or no. Now, if you really happen to like a skin, go to the comments section. Go off with some nice kind words. It does go a long way, as you can see right there. So, offer your nice kind words, keeps them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But if you don't happen to like the skin, but you know exactly why, well, why not offer some nice constructed feedback? Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. Try and help them out. And you never know, maybe they'll make like an alternate version after reading your feedback. Maybe they'll just completely redo it and incorporate your feedback into a version 2. Maybe that gets accepted. You help them out. So something for you to consider, and that can be applied to every other skin that we're going to take a look at today. Now, regardless, do you like what you see? Well, consider showing your support to Mr. Jessen. Consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. Right then, let's proceed. Let's talk about the many other skins we have. And immediately, we have a collection continuation. This right here is another Nuke room skin. I know it says radioactive storage fridge. Robstar, stick to the naming convention. I don't know what military is, and I don't want what Nuke is anymore. Anyway, yes, this is a collection continuation. It's the exact same colour scheme as Nuke. I know what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the Nuke collection on scmm.app to help us get a good visual in regards to, is it looking good to consider investing into? Now, we did have that recent small box. It didn't sell that much. Look at it now. Currently listed at $4 on the Steam market. That's quite impressive. But when this appeared, which was literally like 2 weeks ago, these skins didn't really go up in price, and the sheep in the double door. Now, I know that's slightly in the positive, but when this came out, it was basically the exact same price. It has not changed. These have not budged that much. So I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I do not think with the arrival of this it'll make that much difference with the Nuke collection. So yeah, it is what it is. Regardless, do you feel the need for a brand new fridge that's shiny and glow in the dark? The other fridge we just showed didn't glow in the dark, so okay, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Robstar. Right then. So the first collection continuation didn't look to be a very nice investment-worthy skin, but maybe the next one will, because we have a Barbed Wire Rug, which just happens to be a collection continuation. You may recall the Barbed Wire Poncho. You might also remember that I was a bit annoyed we never got the hat. Anyway, this is a collection continuation, so get a good look at this. A transparent rug design, which is probably very sharp, and you probably don't want to put your hand on it. If anything, Facepunch should consider adding this as its own actual item in the game. I think a lot of people really like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at that Barbed Wire Poncho. That came out, cool. When did that come out? Good, like half a year ago now. What we'll find out in a second. This was accepted back on October. Wait, really? Oh, okay. Wait, no, is that March or October? I don't know anymore. I'll look at the sales. So as you can see over to here, there's only 37 listings, and yeah, it's not selling at $2.49 anymore. So let's just go see the progression of it. Yeah, well, I have no sense of time anymore, but it did go down in price pretty hard, but now it's starting to climb back up again. I think this would probably go back up in price like regardless, but I don't think it's going to match up to its Rust price for the foreseeable future. I really do feel like we should have got that boonie hat. Mr. WetQA, maybe consider making some barbed wire mittens. Yeah, leather gloves. That'd be funny. It needs more clothing skins. But a rug, that right there, whilst I don't think if this were to be accepted, I don't think people make the connection that these are part of the same collection. I could still see a lot of people appreciating that. But yeah, we need more primitive clothing skins if that's going to go up in price. All right, understood. Regardless, do you like what you see? Well, consider showing your support to Mr. WetQA, and yeah, let's proceed. whilst that wasn't looking to be a very nice investment, unfortunately, this skin right here, well, hang on a minute, didn't we talk about this last week? We did. But this is a different version, so I'm just going to go over this very quickly. This is a non-transparent version. The furnace we saw last week, you could see through it. I mean, can you see how, like, you can see the sky there and whatnot? You can see quite literally the interior. I guess the skin creators probably thought, yeah, that was a bit too ridiculous. Let's just go send in another version where it's like actually like opaque. Now at night time it still lights up perfectly fine and whatnot. So yeah, I actually have a short video showcasing this. So look at my YouTube real quickly. You can go see that. Wouldn't be surprised if that potentially gets accepted. And if you have seen the Forest Raiders collection recently with its recent deployables, I'm sure you would probably realise that maybe with a furnace skin being accepted, these would spike in demand, spike in price. Now when this appeared, this went all the way up to $4. It's gone back down a fair bit since then. But when a furnace appears, ooh, yes, I do believe these two skins will potentially spike in demand, spike in price. They're both looking to be interesting potential investments. I would consider it. And I already own a bunch of them, so I'm already in a good spot. So that Forest Raiders furnace, the brand new version, I would welcome it. All right, cool. So yes, if we don't go and make an investment, feel free to jump onto that. Maybe we'll see another collection. What's the word? Complete the sets. We're not sure if we're going to get a complete the sets this week as a week 2. Nothing official was said, but don't be surprised that they randomly do it. So we'll see. Anyway, let's now proceed to talk about another interesting collection continuation. This right here is the Growling Bear Furnace. Get a good look at that. Now you might sit there and say, wait, that's a collection continuation? Yes, don't you remember the Wild Aggression collection? We had the Rat-a-tat Thompson, we had the Lone Wolf Fioka, and now we have a very angry bear. Yay! So I'm going to ask you right now, what other angry animals do you reckon we could see that they could produce skins for? That is a perfectly fine looking design. At night time, it lightens up. Its teeth glows. Wonderful. Yay. So yes, what very aggressive looking animals could they produce next? I'd love to hear it. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I do not think everybody's going to notice that these are the same. Not to say well, let's just go over to here. I do believe on here that even SMDD doesn't even realise it's part of the same collection. So if I type in Lone Wolf right now, yeah, it's not acknowledged as a collection. But I could look at Firefly's skins, and you can see where we went from angry animals to cute animals. How weird. But yes, it is technically a collection, but that's down by 5%. That's down by 42%. I don't think a furnace is going to dramatically change these two weapon skins. But I do look forward to the brand new angry animals we might see. I'll be honest with you, that right there, it's probably a good shout for an acceptance. I know it's competing with Forest Raiders, but I think it looks cool. Let's see how that turns out. Consider showing your support. Best of luck to you too. Right then, so now we can move on to yet another collection continuation. Yet we're not stopping. K. Vladimir and Mr. Legacy, they have gone ahead and produced the Danger Zone sleeping bag. This is a collection continuation to the Danger Zone collection. You probably don't fully remember it, but we had a garage door and some wooden doors. Right, let's go ahead and remind ourselves of that collection. Danger Zone. Come on, show yourself. And what do we see? Two skins that unfortunately aren't doing a very good job of retaining their value. One of them's a wooden door, so don't be too surprised by that. And a garage door, which unfortunately hasn't retained value over time. It did do 20,000 plus sales, so okay, maybe there's just a little bit too many of them in circulation perhaps. But looking at it more specifically, you might notice that it's only got 33 listings on the Steam market. I do believe if we saw that sleeping bag being accepted, people probably instantly realise, oh, hang on a minute. There's actually some pre-existing skins in this collection. Maybe I should go buy them out. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that potentially happens. So what do you consider with this sleeping bag right here? It's the only sleeping bag that I saw being accepted this week from a notable skin creator. Do you like what you see? Well, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you two. Yes, I do think something good potentially could come of this. Also, just take a look at its sales history. So you might notice it's been going down in price quite recently, but back in the summer, it was selling for about $2.50 almost. Right now, it's selling for $1.70. By default, it's going to go back up in price, it seems. So something for you to consider. Let's now move on. Let's talk about burger. Burger box. Yes, we have a burger box right here. It's sweet. It's delicious. Oh, yes, look at the meats. So, yes, we've got another food deployable, and I do think a lot of people would appreciate the burger. Yes. So, do you like what you see? Do you think it looks ever so nice and succulent? Well, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you too. Next up, we have another collection continuation redo. This is Mr. 38's version 2 for the Toolbox Tier 2. And yeah, I mean, it's there. I've talked about this previously, of course. With these boxes right here, I'm not sure if everyone's going to realise they're actually a collection. I mean, probably. But when this Tier 3 toolbox came out, it, perfectly slots in right there. But then we had like a Tier 3 Armour door being produced, and I think a lot of people thought they were from the same collection and they bought out this. So if I were to go over and take a look at the Tier 3 toolbox real quickly, you'll see that it's currently in the positive. It might just be evens now, but just go ahead and take a look at it. Sold at $1.99 in the Rust store. Now it's selling at $2.11 on the Steam market, so it's done actually a pretty good job retaining its value. But yeah, I don't think people are going to realise this Tier 2 box is definitely going to be connected to the Tier 3 one here. I know, but I don't think people are going to care enough either regardless. So for that to work out that well, perfect. Good job for you. But this one right here, I do worry about it. Regardless, do you want to see more of these toolbox skins? Feel free to go ahead and, maybe showing some support. Best of luck to you, Mr. 38. Right then, we can move on and discuss large boxes. Oh, yes, indeed. Right then, let's go ahead and talk about all of these. Forgotten Cargo large box produced by Mr. Wynett. Now, what was inside? What's inside? I don't know. Mr. Wynett, I would consider this. Maybe go up a little bit more closer. Like a little bit like above head view, if you could, because like it's a bit distant, it's kind of hard to see. I know we have this picture right here, but it will help. It will help. So yes, we have a perfectly fine looking large box skin right there in front of you. Best of luck to you, Mr. Wynett, but you do have competition. Right here we have the Sewers large box. Now there's two versions of this. Mr. Bed and Mr. Ronan have produced a perfectly interesting looking colourful design. Now if I were to look up right there, I'm seeing things and I shouldn't be questioning it. So let's move on. Anyway, there is the glow-in-the-dark version right here as well. Get a good look at that. And my brain is rotten. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Sewers large box. If you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you too. But we do have a collection continuation right here. Titanium box has been produced. It's ever so nice and bright and shiny. Yeah. But yes, it glows in the dark. It's got that interesting looking minimalist design, which we saw on the sheep door. So let's go ahead and take a look at that sheep door. What was it called again? Titanium and bulletproof. Nothing to lose. Okay, yeah, so that sold at $2.49, and it's done pretty good. It's not lost all of its value, and that's a positive for a sheep door. So as you can see, only 28 listings. Lowest listing is $2.11. Now it's been out for quite a while. As you can see, it came out initially, dropped off a bit, went back up a bit, went down a bit all over the place, clearly. But a continuation this quick? Well, I wouldn't say no. What would you think? I think the sheep door probably would appreciate a new skin being accepted. I just don't instantly assume it's going to retain its value forever. To elaborate, I've seen many collections this year start off with like a sheep door, or a sheep door comes out second, and then more deployables are accepted afterwards. But as time goes on, the value of the sheep door goes down. Ultramarine's a good one. Shadowborn's a good one. Point made. So yeah, maybe this might work out a little bit. It's so bright. Maybe this one works out a little bit better because the titanium sheep door didn't sell excessively. All right, so something to consider. Regardless, do you like this minimalist looking, shiny looking design? Well, best of luck to you too. Let's see how that turns out. But I think the sheep door could be something you might want to consider investing into. So consider making a move if you really want to. Right then, so let's now move on to we got another large box. I thought that was a door. Right, I will fix that. Let's take a quick look at this large box. I'm so sorry. I thought that was a door. Anyway. So this is the Glowing Beauty large box. I should have talked about this earlier because I like to talk about the collection continuations last. I will reorganise that on the list afterwards. I made a mistake and I apologise. Kratorius, well, it's a perfectly fine looking design, but are they devil girls? Are they cat girls? I don't know. They're just girls, apparently. All right, then, best of luck to you then, good sir. Right, now we'll move on to wooden doors, and we have two of them right here. First up, we have the Celestial wooden door. Get a good look at this lovely looking design produced by Kira. Glows in the dark at night, an interesting colourful pattern. Do you like what you see? Well, You know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you, Kira. And then next up, here we have the Shattered Ice wooden door, produced by House Nunciar. And as you can see with the GIF here, as it slowly turns to nighttime, it stands out with its glow-in-the-dark design. You can see the reflection of the ice pattern as well. Very nice, very cool, quite literally, haha. So, yeah, perfectly fine looking wooden door design right there, Mr. House. And it's getting to winter time. Let's see what happens and likes that. Best of luck to you. Now we can move on to sheet metal doors. Right, well, how many do we have? Quite a lot. Quite a lot. So let's get through this nice and quickly, and then we can talk about other deployables. Right then. First up, we have the laser protection metal door. I mean, it's done a pretty good job of stopping those lasers, I guess. It's all melted in. Clearly, you can see that this glows in the dark, so a very interesting looking design, produced by Mr. Igor. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Next up, we have the lo-fi metal door, produced by McQuarrie. That's an interesting look. So is it like a school door, or a school bus door, or a train? I don't know. I don't actually know the details behind that. But if you do happen to know what to say, Mr. McQuarrie, feel free to comment on the YouTube video. And yeah, perfectly fine glow-in-the-dark design. So best of luck to you, sir. But there is more competition. There's plenty more sheet metal doors. Guardian Snake, produced by Andre and Apple Pie. Get a good look at that. That's an interesting looking mosaic type of design. Yep, I think some people appreciate it. Now, does it glow in the dark? It appears it does. No, it does. No, it does not glow. That's light being shone onto it. Okay, I should have noticed that we have the sheet metal door GIF spinning around as well. That looks nice, nice and reflective. So keep up the good work, you two. Again, more competition though. Leather door, produced by and Vicvi. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. Anyway, so leather door. Perfectly fine looking design, and then we have a second version right here with some transparency. Can you peek through the hole? I think you can. It's a very small hole. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine looking design. Best of luck to you too. Now, you know, the nice leathery design was nice, but what if we had it nice and softer? So this is the soft sheet metal door produced by Mr. Fuff. Get a good look at that. Now, does that glow in the dark? It appears it does not. Is there a second version of this? Yes, we have this matte black. Oh, yes, it's ever so nice and exquisite. The leather, oh, yes. So, if you like what you see, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff. Next up, we have the Clownfish, sheet metal door, produced by Shino and Mama. All right. What, like Nemo? I guess. I think that is correct. Could you put it a bit closer? Anyway, yeah, I get a good idea of how that looks, and I'm sure you do too. And yes, it does glow in the dark with the little porthole there. So, all right, cool. Best of luck to you too. Next up, we have the rusty fitting sheet metal door version 1. I mean, okay, it looks quite nice. Looks a bit odd, but still stands out quite uniquely compared to some of the other skins produced by Youporn and Hyper Monster. Now, what about the version 2? What's different about this? Is it the lack of rust on it? Well, it's still looking rusty. What is the difference? I don't actually know. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that. Looking at that. I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, perfectly fine looking design. Best of luck to you two. Right then, that was all the sheet metal doors. Let's now go ahead and yap about garage doors. And we got quite a few of them. Then we have quite a lot of sheet metal double doors, and that should be it for the deployables this week. So here we have the Cozy Ghetto garage door produced by Mnemonic Man. It's kind of like a tower block of various different flats, apartments and whatnot. All right, nice and cozy. Keep up the good work there, Mr. Mnemonic Man. But you do have competition. Here we have Cyber Defense by Mr. Verona. It's a gigantic skull, and what's this? A little generator right there as well. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. So yeah, glows in the dark. Do you like what you see? Well, you know what to do. Best of luck, Mr. Verona. And then over to here, we have a collection continuation. The Frozen Crypt collection has returned with a version 2 of its garage door. Now, this was originally submitted like 2 or so months ago. Obviously, it wasn't accepted, but now we have a redone version. Get a good look at the icicles dripping down, the scary looking face, the sharp appearance of teeth here, the void of the cold. It's looking ever so nice. Produced by Hormeow and Mugiwara. Get a good look at this design. And now we can go ahead and quickly remind you that the Frozen Crypt collection's been pretty successful so far this year. How's it currently holding up? Let's go ahead and take a look. Because, unfortunately, I do remember the sheet metal door wasn't exactly holding up very well. Oh, okay, well, get a good look at that. Furnace, not too bad, down by 7%. That's fine. Large box down by 30%. Sheet metal door down by 62%. So it's a little bit awkward. But if we were to see another deployable skin being accepted, could this potentially spike up a bit? I think at the very least the furnace would probably be doing better. I looked at this. It's a very interesting looking design. I actually approached this with a decent buy order. I have picked up quite a lot of them. I think this actually might, you know, boost itself up a bit with another deplorable. Yes, we got like a 10, a 15, and a 10 there, but I think it could go all the way back up to about $1.50 at the very least. Is that going to be profitable? Probably not. Probably not. So, all right, take that into consideration. I'm going to sit here and say I look forward to it. I like the designs. We're getting closer and closer to winter. I mean, it's already cold, so I guess you can sit there and say, it's in season, haha. But yeah, best of luck to you two. It's just I'm not 100% sure the investments are looking appealing, so we'll leave it at that. Right then, we are now going to move on to sheet metal double doors. Here we have Sepesh's Wizard Door, sheet metal double door. Here is the first version, and here is the second version. Which colour scheme do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. Yeah, so very nice, colourful looking design. The gradients on it, standing out ever so nice, and the patterns, don't even get me started. A lovely piece of work there, Mr. Sepesh. Keep up the good work, but you do have competition. Over to here, Cowboy Saloon Sheet Metal Double Doors, produced by Zinc. This is, okay, with all due respect, that's a pretty unique, interesting idea. Didn't you submit this back when we had the Frontier update, if I can remember? I do remember a similar design. But hey, this is here right now, and you never know. Maybe that gets accepted. If you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Otherwise, you're going to be wanted. But yeah, Zinc, that's a cool looking design. And yes, it does happen to glow in the dark. The curtains right there, lighting up right just by itself. That's actually pretty clever. So keep up the good work there, Mr. Zinc. And we do have a second version with some transparency. So where is the transparency? Can I see? I don't see it. Is it like at the very top and the very bottom? That would be pretty clever and pretty cool. I think it, yeah, at the very bottom. All right then. No, that's pretty cool. It's quite literally where the curtains end. I think people would appreciate that. That's clever. Keep up the good work then, Mr. Zinc. And then over to here, we have a collection continuation. Frontier Rustic has returned with a sheet metal double door. Now it doesn't glow in the dark, which you can clearly see, but it does have transparency. These windows here, they are transparent. You can see through them. And you might recall Frontier Rustic had 2 doors accepted previously, a sheet metal door and a garage door. Could this sheet metal double door potentially be accepted? Well, with the acceptances of sheet metal double doors this year, I kind of wouldn't be surprised. But now we also do want to talk about the Frontier Rustic. It's exquisite. Frontier Rustic. So they have dropped off in price, but they have been recovering. These were much lower earlier this year, like a month or so ago. They were doing pretty bad, but now they are recovering. And I will sit here and say this, the sheet metal double door, I think it could give them a nice boost. There's only 11 of these in the Steam market. When did that happen? I don't know, but yes, it's definitely been worse around Easter time. Wow, that went as low as 70 cents. Oof. But it is recovering, and on the road to recovery, another deplorable definitely would give it a lovely little boost. So, okay, yeah, I think things are looking pretty appealing with the likes of that. And, of course, it goes ever so nicely with the Frontier DLC stuff, the barrels and whatnot. It's lovely. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Morphus. But you do have competition. For what I see over here with my eye is the Oasis. It's the Oasis collection. I did it once. Shut up, Pepper Carl, Universe Kid. It's the glow-in-the-dark sheet metal double door. That is the Oasis sheet metal double door. Now, we've had a decent amount of acceptances for this collection so far. Let's go ahead and quickly remind you. Quite recently, we had the large box being accepted. Didn't sell that much. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to bring up. Oh, wow, it's down by half price. Oof. Okay, well, that happened. That happened. Anyway. We got a garage door and a sheet metal door, down 60, down 68. And then we got a large box, down 48. Now, that's the lowest selling large box throughout all of this year. And it still went down by half. Wow. Does that mean there's not actually that much interest in this? Because this is bright, all on the sides and whatnot. I am actually really surprised by this. Wow. Well, I will sit here and say this. Didn't sell that much. All the better for it to rise up in price with collection continuation. I'm just saying. That's looking pretty appealing. Right then, okay. Well, that's for your consideration. But do you like the sheet metal double door in itself? Well, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you two. And let's see if any of those skins get accepted. So, out of all of these deplorables today, which one stood out to you the most? Which one do you think has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? Feel free to comment below. And which ones, of course, were just simply your favourites? Again, feel free to comment below. Right then. So, that's all the deplorables out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. And then we'll start yapping about the weapons and the tool skins. Right, time for the weapons and the tools. First up, a ferocious beast. That is the Pookie Plush Rock. Yeah, it's a cute rock. Nothing like the Bear Furnace we just saw a little bit earlier. Now, produced by FaZe, probably very nice timing this, because of course with Christmas just around the corner, we're going to be seeing a lot of Pookie Bears again, aren't we? And why not, you know, get yourself in the mood and prepared with a lovely little Pookie plush rock. Hold it in your hands and just give him a good pat. That's a perfectly fine looking rock skin right there, Mr. FaZe. Best of luck to you, good sir. Next up, here we have an interesting pair of skins. As you can see, this is a, I'm not going to call it the British term, I'm going to say it's an eraser. It's an eraser-themed hammer, yes. If I say it the British way, I'll probably get in trouble with YouTube. Anyway, that's a perfectly fine-looking design there, Mr. Kreiser. If you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Consider showing your support. Right then. And then next up, I've seen this, and I'm surprised by it. That right there is a salvage sword. Look how small it is. So just to kind of get this point across to all of you, if I were to just go look up, here you go, Ice Sword. We saw that being accepted earlier this year. Look how like long and sword-like it is. And then we go to here. That's like just a tiny little blade, like a little. I mean, hey, it's creative, it's unique, and I'll give props to JJ and Kyber. That's a funny looking skin. I think a lot of people like it, but there is a bit of a problem. It looks like a knife instead of a sword, a salvage sword to clarify. Is that going to be okay? I don't know. That is a lot of transparency there. Maybe they need to make a bit of a bigger version. We'll see. Like, I respect it for what it is, but I think there might be trouble with that, based on the fact that it's just a little bit too small. So we'll see how that turns out. Guys, if you like it, show your support. Best of luck to these two. All right, then. Now we can move on to revolvers. So before I talk about like those two individual skins, I've really got to get this point across. Revolvers, you use them quite a lot. Obviously not forever, but when you're in the process of slowly building up your workbenches and whatnot and gathering all that scrap, you're going to very likely end up using revolvers at some point. There is a good strong demand to use the weapon, and therefore there's a good strong demand to get skins for the weapons. Guess what? Every single revolver skin that we see in the game right now is currently in the positive. That's a very interesting thought, isn't it? But the funny thing is, we don't get that many acceptances anymore. As you can see, 3 in 2022, 3 in 2023, only 2 so far this year. Which will be the third one? Well, I've got 2 very nice candidates to showcase to you right here, right now. First up, we have the Industry Revolver, which is a collection continuation to the Industry AK-47 we had accepted like 3 weeks ago, produced by Mr. 9K. This is a much more grounded DIY styles type of skin, as in it's like quite literally welded together with various bits and pieces. When you look at the back of it, you can see that like chunks of metal were put together and whatnot. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Industry AK-47, because it has gone down in price. I remember a lot of people making a huge fuss sitting there and saying, Hedge, 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 it's listed on the Steam market at $50. What happened? Well, remember, people, just because it's listed at a price doesn't mean it's selling at that price. So as I look over to here, it's only got 19 listings and it's currently listed at 97 cents. It might not even be worth 97 cents. But in short, it's gone down by half its price. Sold at $1.99, it's now sitting there. If you were to see the Revolver skin potentially being accepted, would it cause that to boost up quite nicely? I doubt it. Weapon-only collection doesn't really tend to work out very nicely as investments. But in itself, that Revolver, perfectly fine. A very useful looking aim sight with the yellow. I think a lot of people would like to see that potentially as an acceptance. But it does have competition, so best of luck to you, Mr. 9K. I'm now going to dabble into talking about the Commando Revolver. So over the course of this year, we've had an interesting batch of Commando skins, and with the recent weapon skins, we've been making comparisons to Blackout weapon skins. The Blackout weapon skins, such as the AK and the SAR, are quite expensive. The Commando AK and the SAR looks exactly the same, but so much more cheaper and affordable. But this right here, there's no Blackout counterpart. There was never a Blackout Revolver with a useful red aim sight. This is completely unique and potentially something a lot of people would appreciate. So, admire. Do you like it? Consider showing support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kosem. Now, just to quickly bring up the Commando collection in itself, it's not exactly holding up super great. It's not like doomed either. It's down by a bit. Maybe we get that tier 2 armor accepted if we do potentially have complete the sets this week. We'll see. But the weapon skins, down a bit, but not like completely down. Like if you take a look at all the SAR skins that came out over the past years, you'd be surprised to see that's doing nicely. And then this one here with the AK, pretty much the same thing. So I don't think a Revolver is going to dramatically change anything here, but that Revolver in itself, very appealing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's potentially going to be something that gets accepted and we buy hundreds of. Same could be said for the other Revolver as well. Either way, it looks pretty interesting. But as investments for of those collections, there's nothing to really buy at the moment. So, all right, let's move on. We have a sap skin produced by Mr. Sendox. The orange and the blacks look in a very nice combination right there. And then, of course, we could aim down the sight. Red aim sight, perfectly fine for what it is. So good stuff there, Mr. Sendox. Keep up the good work. Next up, we have a custom SMG, and that's looking pretty cool. Right, that's an interesting looking like art style. Do you like what you see, guys? Raylight, Cobra, that is pretty sweet. You can see how they slowly built up the design right there of a GIF. All right, keep up the good work. Remember, smile. Yeah, that's a perfectly fine looking design. All right then, guys, best of luck to you too, and I'd love to see more of this in the future. Right then, moving on, we have some MP5 skins to take a look at. There's quite a lot of them, as you can see. We have the Tech Boost MP5. This is the standard version produced by Delarai, aimed in a sight, used for red aim sight. Can't go wrong with that, perfectly fine. There's an alternate version here, which is mostly black. Get a good look at that. Very nice, very cool. Keep up the good work there, Mr. Delarai, and let's see what gets produced next. Oh, look, he's hinting at a hoodie and pants next. All right, cool. All right, then we'll look forward to that then. We do have competition right here, though. The Iron Ivy MP5 produced by Azzy. Get a good look at that. Very nice. I like the pattern. It's looking pretty cool. Aim down the sight. You should have an aim down the sight image, Mr. Azzy. Remember that in the future. Looks to be a standard black aim sight. Should be fine for most environments. Okay, best of luck to you then, good sir. Oh, yeah, you can see the pattern on display right there. And then over to here. Cybercore MP5, which appears to have a transparent aim sight. Oh, yes, indeed it does. Okay, so is this Mr. Fresh? It is indeed Mr. Fresh. Right. Do you like the colour scheme? Do you like what you see? Do you like the aim sight? Do you think that looks cool? Do you reckon that might be a little bit helpful for a lot of you? Well, maybe you might want to consider showing some support. Oh, there. All right, then. So, perfectly fine looking design. A very interesting looking skin. Keep up the good work there, Mr. Fresh. Next up, we have a double-barrel shotgun and a bunch of SARs. Looks like there's a lot of alternate versions of these SARs, so that's fine. That right there is the Rage RBS, which is supposed to be DBS. I'm not sure what happened there, Dragon Buru Rick, but there we go. It's covered in chains, and it's like rage and angry and whatnot. All right, perfectly fine for what it is. It's got a lot of angry faces on it. If you like it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you too. Let's see what happens with the likes of that. Then over to here we have the Fault SAR. There is 3 versions of this, one with a red interior, one with a green interior, and one with a purpley blue interior. Very nice. Now if we could just get a quick look at the aim down the sight image. I'm pretty sure it's a red aim sight in every single one of them. Let's just quickly confirm that. I can confirm every single one of them has a red aim sight, so that's perfectly fine. Oasis, Schumer, an interesting looking design. You had this last week with a different pair of skins, or set of skins I should say. What was it? It was MP5 last week. I won't be surprised if we potentially see an AK-47 version. Now, what would likely happen is, if one of these skins were to be accepted, they would then follow that colour scheme. So if they pick the purpley blue one, all the ones that they make from here and now would be purpley blue. So you're allowed to have alternate versions like this. So as long as the weapon itself is, like the skin itself is the same, but with just one quick colour change, that's fine. People ain't going to be upset by that. All right, so keep up the good work then, guys. Let's see which one of these will potentially be accepted. Next up, we have the Speed Raid SAR Collection Continuation, produced by Yopka and Lancy. We've got a nice little GIF here showcasing it with a useful light blue aim sight. That should be good for pretty much every single environment. Get a good look at the pattern. Very nice, very cool. Thank you very much for the GIF. Right then, so let's go ahead and talk about the Speed Rage collection, because unfortunately, weapon only collection, so of course you know exactly what we're about to see. What do you mean, Hedge? There. Down 52, down 40, down 7. Now the Thompson's not too bad. The AK and the MP5, so weapon only collection. If we were to see a brand new SAR being accepted, would it? No, it's not. It's not going to magically cause all of that to go back up in price. It's unfortunate, but this is a behaviour that we keep seeing happening all the time. It's fairly routine, so sorry to say it in such a quick way, but I'm sure you understand. Anyway, for what this is, do you like it? Do you think it looks cool? Would you like to see it being accepted? Well, you've got to go put your hand in there and help them out, don't you? So best of luck to Yopka and Lancy. Thank you very much for the gift. Continue doing that in the future. And then we do have another collection continuation, and it's staring at you right now. Oh, don't you feel unnerved? But useful red aim sight right there. This is the Hellborn SAR, and it's got fire all around it. That's not very good. Oh no. If I buy this skin, does that happen to me? Mr. Camo Legend, you're not doing a very good job selling this to me. I'm just saying, I don't want to be on fire all the time. That's pretty bad. Right, Hellborn collection. Let's go take a look. I do believe we had a crossbow, an AK, and a custom SMG. Was I correct? Yes, indeed I was. Now, here's an interesting thing. These skins, it's a weapon-only collection, but like they've gone down in price, clearly you can see, but it's not like super down bad. The crossbow, which glows in the dark, down by 24%. I would have thought that had been a lot lower, but no, it's doing okay. The AK sold at $2.49, currently sitting there at $2. Doesn't glow, by the way. So, okay. And the custom SMG sold at $2.49, now sitting at $1.70. They went down in price, but they didn't like dramatically crash and burn. Like, go take a look at all the AKs that came out this year. To see this selling down by 20% is a much bigger positive compared to pretty much most of the AKs that came out. I'm not joking, that's actually pretty impressive. So, okay, seems like a lot of people do happen to enjoy this collection. Are you one of them? Well, maybe you need to step forward and show your support to Mr. Kelmer Legend. Best of luck to you, good sir. But is there a nice investment to be made with this potentially being accepted? No. Sorry to say, I don't think any of this is going to spike in price. But it looks like it might graciously rise up in price if it has enough fans. So keep an eye out for it. Right then, let's now move on to LR300s and then AK-47s, to which we do have quite a lot of them, as per usual. That shouldn't be too surprising to hear, would it? All right then, here we go. Are we still looking for more? Okay, and we have an L96. I forgot about that. Okay. First up, we have the Shadow LR300. The helicopter's coming to get you. But yes, that is a perfectly cool, sleek, red-black design. Useful white-red aim sight right there. A lot of people will be appreciating that, I'm sure. So, Mr. Kavahu, keep up the good work. Let's see if this turns into an interesting-looking collection. If I could just quickly look at your previous skins. Have we had a Shadow skin previously? No? Well, I look forward to seeing some more. Keep up the good work. Right then, best of luck. But you do have competition, because over to here we have the Nameless LR300, produced by Mr. Sill. That is a bluish, lightish blue aim sight right there, and lovely blue-black design. Yep, perfectly fine, perfectly interesting. If you know that you like it, consider showing support. Best of luck to Mr. Sill. Over to here, we are now dabbling into the AK-47s. This is produced by Mr. Silitra, still chasing after his first ever skin acceptance. Could this be the one? It is a perfectly fine looking AK. It would be very nice if the image appeared. Yes, it's a perfectly fine looking AK. I like the interesting stone-like pattern right there. Aim down the sight. Thank you very much. Perfectly fine for what I see. So yes, best of luck to Silitra. Let's see if you can get your acceptance. Next up, though, again, we have a lot of AKs. We have the Baskerville AK-47 produced by Hessiam. Get a good look at this. It's got a strange, angry-looking creature. And you can see like a progression. Oh, I like these glyphs. Oh, hello. Perfect. Right, where's the aim down the sight image? Let's go find that. Aim down the sight. The most important one, and you don't have it. Unbelievable. No, seriously, Hessian, make sure you do that in the future. Right, that's a perfectly fine looking AK. Next up, we have, of course, more competition. This comes in various different versions. We have the red version, the purple version, and the blue version. This is produced by Little Ranger and RR3. It's referencing some interesting vintage-looking cars from, like, what, the 50s, 60s? I don't know. Anyway, you like that? Do you like what you see? That's looking pretty cool. That is an interesting looking design. I've got to hand it to him. It does look very stylish. That's a very nice, interesting, unique approach. That looks nice. I know I've said it a lot, but it does look very cool. So, which one's your preferred colour? The blue, the purple, or the red? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to you two. You've got something really nice cooking here. I'd love to see it in many other weapon skins. Now, if I could just quickly look at the aim sight, it looks like it's a standard black aim sight in all of them, I'm guessing, which is fine. Should be alright. Yeah, if I could just get a little bit closer. Yeah, it's a standard black aim sight. Okay, cool. Best of luck to you two. Keep up the good work. Now, over to here, we have the Retro AK-47. This is a interesting looking design produced by Mr. Zvirant. Not sure what it's referencing here, do we? Oh, we're going even more vintage now. Okay, then. Well, it's more car references. Interesting. All right, then. It's made out of wood. Oh, well, I mean, it's probably worked perfectly fine. And do we have an aim down the sight image? Not really, but I'm going to have to make this work. Looks like it's got a white aim sight. Okay, that's perfectly fine, Mr. Zvirant. Keep up the good work. All right, best of luck to you, sir. But, of course, even more competition. Cosmic Flutter AK-47, produced by Sunart. Now, Sunart, didn't you produce like a batch of these before? Still chasing after your first acceptance. All right. Okay. So, perfectly fine, stylish looking approach. Very nice and colourful. Do you like all the glittery stars? Do you like the patterns? What's the aim sight looking like? Oh, it's a beautiful red aim sight. What a wonderful looking skin. Right, best of luck to you, Sunart. Keep up the good work. That's looking very nice. Then over to here, we have the Jade Beast AK-47, which is a collection continuation. So we had Jade Beast tools being accepted quite some time back. They did glow. Now, here's the interesting little thing. They only glow with the eye on the creature here. As you can see, it's like a big, scary-looking dragon. We do have the same thing here with the glow-in-the-dark version right here. Now, it's literally just the eye. So if you're going to panic and go, it glows, because people don't want glow-in-the-dark weapons at night because they don't want to be seen, it literally is just a tiny little dot, right? Okay? Chill out. Aim down the sight. What do we see? It's like a black... Yeah, it should be good for all environments. That is a black aim sight. All right, then. Let's go remind ourselves of those Jade bead tools. Because, of course, unfortunately, with them being hatchet and pickaxe skins, what do you reckon happened? What do you reckon happened? Well, SCMM doesn't want to show because it's scared. Right, what I could do is I could just... Oh, now you want to show it? Now you want to show it? Well, here we go. This is what it looks like. Down 44 and down 49. This is not a big surprise. Hatchet skins and pickaxe skins rarely retain value nicely, and they usually drop down to $1. If we were to see a brand new AK-47 being accepted, no, I don't expect that much of a difference. I fully believe it will just basically stay the same, and unfortunately the AK probably drop off again. I would love to see some Jade Beast deployables. I think that would look really, really nice. So, we still have this left. Whoopsie. So, yeah, keep up the good work there, Edgy Vox and Voodoo. I'm pretty sure we have a very interesting collection to look forward to. But if you could get that, like, dragon, like a furnace, or some deployables or whatnot, I think you've got a really cool thing cooking there. As you can see with the amount of AKs today, it's pretty saturated. But at least you put out something very nice. So keep up the good work. I just don't think those tools are going to dramatically go up in price. So I don't see an investment to be made there. But it's still a very nice skin. And if you like the glow-in-the-dark version, show your support. Right, anyway, best of luck to you too. Now, we also happen to have another collection continuation right here. This is the Tank Armour AK. And quite some time back in my chat, we've been discussing, obviously, with the brand new backpacks that we have. By default, it's green. But, of course, maybe we'll see another green collection continuation happening for the backpacks. You'll be seeing that in a minute. Tank Armour, that could potentially be your much more affordable green AK-47. I think we have the Ruin AK, but it's gone up in price a little bit. And there's a jungle one from quite a few years back. But we don't have like a solid green AK. Now, this is still rusted. This is still a bit like dingy. It's definitely been through many battles, of course, by design. Very nice approach there, Mr. Kurama Project. We've got some gifts showcasing it as well. I will have a short video showcasing this at some point as well. But, yeah, useful redeem site. Perfectly fine for what it is. Now let's just go ahead and quickly look at the Tank Armour collection. Someone made a big... Tank Armour. Whoopsie. Okay, Tank Armour. There we go. Thank you very much. Someone mentioned that someone dumped a bunch of the gloves on the Steam market. Let's go see how that's currently holding up. Because that's all we have. Tier 3 and Tank Armour gloves. And yeah, someone's just unloaded 52. Well, that's really dumb. I don't know why people do this, but you're going to have to just accept that other people exist, I'm afraid. They will do things like this because they're lazy. How very unfortunate. But when I looked at that, I definitely made references to the Forest Raiders gloves. There's no other green gloves like this. You could sit there and say bombshell, but they got like yellow and red on it as well. So just point it out. Anyway, I don't think an AK-47 is going to dramatically change this, but it will definitely be interesting by itself. It's got that green tint to it. I think people would appreciate it. So, regardless, best of luck to you, Kurama Project. A perfectly fine looking skin, a perfectly fine looking collection continuation. And now over to here for the final weapon/tool skin. We have the L96 Royal Vintage, produced by Bestaz. Trying to get his first ever skin accepted. He's got a very interesting looking skin right here. Look at the ever so sleek looking wood panelling with the ever so nice amount of gold. So, Mr. Bestaz, best of luck to you. That's a perfectly fine looking skin. But it's up to the people if they want to show their support. Yes. But yeah, honestly, buddy, keep up the good work. And that just so happens to be the final weapon/tool skin of this video. So, which one was your favourite? Which one do you think has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted? Feel free to comment below, because now I am going to go ahead and start talking about clothing and armour. Now, I put backpacks with clothing and armour because you're kind of wearing it with the clothing, and in many instances, people are going to want to see if it blends in nicely with the clothing and armour. So, yeah, I know it's blue graded on the Steam market, but I'm just going to put it with the clothing and armour for the foreseeable future. Cool. Right then. Turbo backpack produced by Pasayo. Now, I've looked at this. I can see this image. It looks like it glows in the dark. Pasayo, you should have like a little message here saying glow, and you should have a little message here saying it glows. Please point that out. All right. Also, if you're going to produce backpacks that glow in the dark, I would definitely recommend you produce a version which also doesn't glow in the dark. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have an alternate version in the same week, because I don't think people are going to want glow in the dark backpacks. Just point that out. If you want to improve your chances of potentially getting acceptance, there you go. So, perfectly fine looking skin. Keep up the good work. But you do have competition. Over to here, we've got a cute little... What's with bears this week? Why does everybody sound like bears? It's gotten a little bit weird. Anyway, it's cute. It just wants a hug. It's very fluffy. So yeah, this is produced by VHS tonight. It's a very nice, approachable looking bear. I am looking forward to Christmas because I know we're going to be seeing a lot of very interesting designs for that. Oh yes, indeed. But yeah, perfectly nice and cuddly. Do you like what you see? Well, consider showing support. Best of luck to you, Mr. VHS tonight. But it does have competition. With what we see here, we have the Desert Nomad backpack produced by Trakmer. So I'm guessing he's made a skin that should be perfectly fine for the people that like to roam the desert. And I do like the extra touch where it's got like some water. That's cute. It's got an interesting bit of transparency on it as well. That's actually pretty clever. All right. So a very interesting creative design. Do you like what you see? Well, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you, Mr. Trakmer. Over to here, we have a collection continuation. We have the Pirate Collection backpack to fill up with your delicious booty. Oh, yes, indeed. So, that right there, I think a lot of people will be appreciating. Now, here's a good question. When we get backpacks accepted, does it cause clothing and armor skins to spike up in price? I have kind of seen it with the Hardsuit collection, not so much with the No Mercy collection. Now, there is a big difference between both of these collections. This was down pretty bad before the backpack. No Mercy was perfectly fine beforehand. Now, I did see the Tier 2 armor go up in price a fair bit with the arrival of the backpack, but everything else, it's... People don't appreciate metallic collections that much. Fair enough. So, I will sit here and say this. I'm very curious to see if it gets accepted, because I'm definitely going to be looking at the Pirate Collection and seeing if there's that much of a change. Now, Pirate Collection for many people is a nice, affordable blackout alternative option. The clothing and the armour, very nice and affordable. There's quite a lot of it that was bought as well. That's when we were approaching these skins when they first came out, that was a bit of a concern, but as time has gone on, it's been all right. It hasn't been stupendous, but it's been fine. So yes, I do look forward to see if a backpack would cause any of these to go up in price even higher. I would very much like to see it happen. Cool, so interesting. I just don't fully know if there's going to be an investment to be made there. All right, so we'll move on. Because this right here is the Reptile Hunter backpack. And I am very curious because, let me just put it this way. I'm sure many of you are very well aware by now that I've been looking at the commits non-stop over the past year. And there's been so many references to a jungle biome. So many interesting things for a jungle, but no direct announcement of the jungle biome. I am confident that if we're going to have like a very fixed sort of jungle, maybe it's going to be like dark green. What collection would greatly appreciate that? Reptile Hunter. I think it's probably best you hold on to your Reptile Hunter skins for the foreseeable future because they're probably going to end up becoming very nice investments. But now we have a backpack right here. Mr. Himmick, perfect timing. Reptile Hunter, how are you currently holding up? Because when this came out, I know it's darker green compared to Forest Raiders, but it was the most approachable option, and that definitely was the most affordable green kilt that was in the game for a very good amount of time. But like ever since the summer of this year, everything has improved for this collection absolutely wonderfully, absolutely wonderfully. And that backpack, can it really cause any of these to go up even higher? I actually don't know. I'm very curious to see how things play out from here. But as you can see, it's already doing very nicely. But I've already mentioned it to you. If we do see the jungle biome being announced and actually introduced, is it going to be full dark green, and will this be appreciated even more so as camouflage? We shall see. In like dark, shaded, grassy areas, it already works out very nicely, but could it be even more so? So that backpack, a very interesting addition, just before potentially a new biome is announced. So we'll see how that rolls out. Best of luck to you, Himmick. I think there's an interesting thing that could happen to the collection regardless, but it's already kind of pricey, but I think you probably might want to invest into those skins regardless, so it's up to you. You've got plenty of time to think on it. Now let's talk about hoodie and pants. So over to here we have the black bubble rubber hoodie and pants. We only have one image to take a look at. It's fine for what it is. Might need to go see a doctor about that though. Anyway, best of luck to you. Now, next up we actually have a collection continuation. This is the Cold Hunter hoodie. Now, if I recall, we had some Tier 3 armor produced quite some time back. Wasn't accepted, unfortunately. But hey, it's the winter time, and hey, I don't think we had a Cold Hunter skin accepted for a while. What do you think? I'm actually surprised he didn't make a Cold Hunter backpack. I really would recommend he tries that out. Anyway, that isn't exactly camouflage, is it? It's dark blue and white. Maybe it probably would be okay. You could probably still wear that with white out and it might do a good enough job. Hey, we shall see. I should have compared that. but this only kind of came out like almost last second. Oh, well, I mean, I was in bed when this was submitted, so okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and discuss the Cold Hunter collection, because of course we don't actually have any clothing and armor yet, do we? I don't believe we do. Let's just go ahead and find out, and it's basically just weapon skins, which is fine. When these initially came out, a lot of people did appreciate them, and as time has gone on, they're still appreciated quite nicely. Now, compare that to the more recent ones, yeah, it's quite a stark difference. But, you know, let's see how these skins look around January time. Should be improving. But if we do see some clothing and armor actually being accepted, could things turn around and go up even higher? Well then, that would be a very interesting thing, won't it? But we need to see it actually happen, don't we? By default, I will sit here and say this. I don't think the weapon skins will go up in price that much, because some of those skins are already up in price ever so nicely. But if we keep seeing more and more of these being produced, as in core pieces, so tier 2 next as well, and they actually all get accepted, things would be pretty cool. Let's see how it all plays out. Best of luck to you, MDE, but I don't think there's an investment to be made. Just want to clarify. Right then, now we've got some tier 3 armor to take a look at, with a collection continuation to finish off the video. First up, we have the Snow Cultist Metal tier 3. Sorry, it's just tier 3. Snow Cultist tier 3. And yeah, it reminds me of the old face mask designs right there, with all the very sharp teeth and whatnot. Very nice, very interesting skin. I did pair this up with some whiteout clothing. Well, actually, no mercy. It's not like perfectly fully white, but it's a perfectly fine white design. It's quite scary. So if you like what you see, consider showing your support to Mr. Confusion. Best of luck to you, good sir. Next up, here we have the Fawnstone tier 3 armor, produced by Cubist and Mr. Tadema. An interesting looking approach right here, quite nice and shiny. Do you like it? Well, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you too. Let's see how that plays out, but you do have competition. Next up, here we have the Metal tier 3 Memories, produced by Nullfut and Jimmy Tedeschi. That's a lovely looking design right there, and they've got it all over on the armor. A very interesting design. Now, isn't this supposed to be a collection? Didn't you have a skin last week, Nullfut? Or am I wrong? Yes. You need to make a collection link. Sorry to say, but you do need to do that. If you can do that, that would be very nice and very helpful. I think that's technically a rule. So if you want to get those skins accepted, start, you know, put that out there right now. Make the collection. But yeah, very cool, interesting looking design. If you like it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you to keep up the good work. But for the final skin of today, you do have competition. Metallic Beast started off with a bearskin rug. Now we have tier 3 armor. So I'm going to question this. We've talked about metallic sets. Would you like that one? Well, you probably wouldn't want to hug him. It's got barbed wire all over it. But yeah, that is an interesting collection continuation and a lovely little sequel from the bearskin rug. So let's go ahead and see how that's currently holding up, because it has gone down in price. Now, it's unfortunate to see that. It's not the end of the world. It's down by 20-ish%. It's gone down by about 50 cents almost. Oh, no, it's gone up again. Okay. Ooh, 80 have sold in the last 24 hours. It's gone up. Okay. I'm actually surprised by that, sorry. I bought a whole bunch of them. I was like, yeah, I should probably remove my builder. But it looks like it's climbing back up again. Okay. Well, if we do see that tier 3 armor, would that go up in price? I really don't know. We don't get that many bearskin rugs, do we? And I've never seen an instance where a bearskin rug got tier 3 armor accepted afterwards. So I'm curious and I'm interested. But that bearskin rug, whilst it did drop off in price quite a fair bit initially, it looks like it's already starting to recover. And it's not exactly like it's not like it sold a ridiculous amount. So keep an eye on that. That's actually very interesting. And regardless, do you like the design? Do you like how the teeth are all nice and rugged, exactly like the bearskin rug? Perfectly fine looking design there, Mr. Shedmon. Keep up the good work. And you know what? Metallic Beast furnace, Metallic Beast chair. Have like just its teeth when you had to sit and. Yeah, anyway, perfectly fine looking design. And yeah, that just so happens to be the final skins out of all the clothing and armour. So out of all of them, which one was your favourite? Which one do you think has a very good chance of potentially being accepted? And for all skins in general, which ones did you absolutely adore? Which ones do you think will be accepted in the upcoming Rust tours? And that is it. There was quite a lot of rambling and whatnot, as per usual. I do apologise if it kind of went nowhere. Again, you're watching Hedge, you know exactly what you're watching. But let's also just quickly clarify some points. So again, I don't fully know if we're going to have a second week of Complete the Sets. As you can see over here, TGG's top picks, November 2024, week 4. Even he has confirmed he doesn't know. Face Punch can just like randomly decide to do it if they wanted to. Like, remember, we had Halloween week 3. Never had that before, but we had it this year, didn't we? So things randomly change, hurrah! But there were a lot of interesting collection continuations today, and there were a lot of collection continuations from the previous week, as you can see here as well. So they're all candidates for being accepted in the next Complete the Sets if it were to happen. Keep your head up, I guess. And of course, with this collection right here, there's also a video. Consider watching that. Rust top skins for November 2024, week 4 from that German guy. And if we could quickly navigate to micro522.com, it's always linked in the description of this website. You can see the top performing skins so far: Pirate Backpack, Wizard Sheep Middle Double Door, Desert Nomad Backpack, Forest Raiders Furnace, and we'll just skip ahead to this AK. I don't want to mention both of them. You only get to have one. Anyway, yeah, so they seem to be working out quite nicely. A lot of support for the Pirate Backpack, more than the Reptile Hunter, which kind of surprises me. But it is what it is. Right, so anything else that needs to be said? Well, I could probably hop back over to here just to point out the player counts for this month have been absolutely ridiculous. It's still holding up very nicely. Nothing interesting has been mentioned, or rather, nothing new has been mentioned in the commits recently, so I don't expect like a huge, insane update for December. They'd have to really surprise me of that. And yeah, complete the sets candidates. The collection is still linked in the description. Give it a good look. If there were to be another Complete the Sets this week, what skins would you absolutely love to see? What collections would you like to see getting continuations? I will stand by my point. We still need the cards box. All of the Neon storages had a number assigned to them. We had 18 large boxes accepted. This was supposed to be the continuation as a small box, number 19. But guess what? When we got the small boxes accepted earlier this year, we skipped ahead to Fuel, which was number 20. And then after that, it was like 21, 22. We still do not have number 19. Face punch, if you're going to complete a set, give us number 19. Give us the cards box. I'm just saying. Right then, so that is a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to comment below what skins you absolutely adored. Feel free to, just say some nice positive things, I guess. I don't know. I'm done. Thank you very much for watching me. Catch you later. So goodbye.